Hello, welcome. It's me, Andy, and this is Zen Chi, the new name for Qigong For Health. And of course, we're here for everything to do with health. Now, as we're on YouTube, we have to give you the usual warnings. This is for entertainment purposes only. We are not offering any medical advice. We are not doctors. We give you the information there. You need to go and do your own research and make sure that what we're telling you is what you want to do. So this is about the subject that YouTube and everything else, all the other platforms, they don't like you talking about. The big C, the cancer, because there's a lot of it about lately. And we all know why, even if the doctors don't know why. If you're in the know, you're in the know. However, there is a product which has been around for a long time, and the project begins with I and ends with tin. So you'll see that on the post, but this is on the X forum. There's a post there which I thought would be very interesting to have a look at, and of course if you're interested then you need to go and have a look at it and research. So this is a post from the Product Research Hub on X, the I dosage schedule for big C, and of course prevention. Now, bear in mind that the doctors, normal doctors, will probably not be able to offer you any other solution apart from the solutions they offer you because of the law. I think it was the 1930s when the law was made. They cannot offer you anything other than the prescribed treatment, which in this case is chemotherapy. But this is a subject matter that's very sort of controversial in terms of people don't like you knowing about the truth and other alternatives. But there are thousands of people using this particular schedule. Here is a dosing chart for the product based on body weight. So split into low dose. It tells you what it's for. So cancer in remission, gives you some side effects, and an example person who is in this case Dr. Tess Lowry. There's a medium dose one there. It tells you what it's for. It tells you the side effects, and it gives you an example. Dr. Shankara Shetty. Then it gives you the high dose. This is long-term side effects, none. And it gives you the example of the person who did this. This is Alan Ladrito, and he had stage 4 gallbladder cancer. Then you have a very, very high dose, which again gives you the best case and side effects, and also a person who was treated or treated a patient with this.
Another area that very few people know about is ivermectin has effect on neurological conditions, and the ones that I've had the most success with have been Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease. I discovered it by accident. There was a mouse model of sort of Parkinsonism. And for Alzheimer's, you can't even find the research because it's been scrubbed from Google. So there's a study that was done, a preclinical study on ivermectin and Alzheimer's, where the researchers concluded that ivermectin has an effect on Alzheimer's and should be studied.
You have to always work with a knowledgeable clinician, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. This is for educational purposes only. So that's well worth knowing. And of course then you've got all the comments there which may or may not find useful.
But the background here is there's this drug called ivermectin, and it came out mid-70s, I think, was it?
Yes, yeah.
And it's brilliant at treating parasites. It's been used for several billion doses of it have been given. The doses are known. It's on the World Health Organization list of essential drugs for its anti-parasitic properties, which are all well proven and well established. And it's been a major benefit to humankind, I think it's fair to say, as a result of its anti-parasitic properties. But then recently, antiviral properties have also been identified. And in vitro, it's clear that there are antiviral properties. And by continuation, when the current pandemic, which of course is caused by a virus, SARS coronavirus 2 RNA virus, that ivermectin also seemed to have antiviral properties against SARS coronavirus 2. Yes. And we looked at evidence from that last time. So there is in vitro and in vivo evidence for the efficacy of ivermectin against SARS coronavirus 2 from your studies, Tess. Is that basically?
Yes, yeah, and fascinatingly, it seems to have a number of mechanisms of action. So, there have been papers written, as early as, the 90s in terms of its various mechanisms of action. So there's much that can be studied going forwards as well, just to, look into how this amazing drug seems to work.
I hope that was useful for you and give you some idea of alternatives to the standard. But bear in mind that you won't get offered these. You have to go and do your own sort of investigations and research. And again, please bear in mind that we are not doctors. We cannot advise you on what to do. Make up your own mind based upon the information you have. But there you go. So let me know what you think in the comments, and of course if we're still here, i.e. the post has not been deleted by YouTube, then we'll see you soon in another post. And of course come back, like, share, subscribe and all of that, and also go to the website zenchi.uk. Thanks for watching. See you soon.